So yeah, welcome guys. Welcome on the Sunday stream, our Fireside. Today we're gonna recap what we did yesterday, what we talked yesterday, what we said, and we're gonna have a look what's happened in the previous week, and we're gonna settle some levels for the next week and prepare ourselves for, I don't know, maybe downside, maybe upside. Let's see what the market's gonna bring. So far, so good. Like I said yesterday, I have still the roadmap for you guys, and we are still working on the basics of charting and trading. And I have one more thing extra actually today. So just to add up, let me, because people have been asking, we're gonna work today on planning and executing a trade. And in my opinion, my way, how I'm doing it, I have three different ways of executing and planning a trade. So I hope it's going to be useful for some of you guys. If not, then let me know what you want to hear next time. But for now and today, because yesterday we had a little bit of the basics, we're going to go again over it just to see how it went up from yesterday or down. Let's see. And we're going to focus on taking a trade because actually that's the most important thing, to press the green or red button, right? To be confident enough to do that and how to do that exactly. So yeah, that's gonna be all today. But first thing first, I really want to go through the some metrics. I just want to show you what's going on in the market all around. Even if it's weekend, there are still some numbers coming in and out. Like you see already, we have some beatings. We get some beatings actually through the couple days. So shitcoins minus 50%, alts minus 75, large cap 14, so that's not that bad actually. And like you see, all of the money went to the stable coins. Quite a switch. And if you have something like that eventually, then when you're gonna have the flip to this side, then it's gotta be massive. That's what you can expect. So action reaction, right? So you have the action, we fell down, and now we're gonna try to come back. So yeah, let's try to grab this liquidity like we already said yesterday. We'll go lower to grab all of it. Let's see if we go even lower to go to the lowest liquidity to grab that, or we're gonna just rebound from this one and create lower high. So far, yeah, let's collect it. That's what we're gonna do, and that's what we're doing. Next, dominance. Finally, we are reaching into the resistance of it. It took a while, but we're going there. Slowly, but we went there. And right now, we're getting into the resistance. Let's see how deep, how far, and what's gonna be. If we're gonna hold it or not. Or we're gonna gain it, go higher. Let's see. So far, the level what we need to actually look out for our lovely alts. The first one is the 65%. And then on when you're gonna close and fail the 55%, then you have your alt season. Till then, not much of the alt season before Bitcoin not going up, Ethereum not going up, or Solana or the biggest coins. So yeah, let's see. Let's see how is this gonna play out. So far, finally we get into the resistance. Our hodl bot, of course, we are in short, so that means it's stopped out, and we are actually right now you are in the USDT. So we don't take shorts on that one, we only take longs. So till we're not gonna turn around, till we're not gonna be bottoming and see any kind of gains, the bot's not gonna start. Last and the least, my favorite one, the ecosystem. Here you can see who took the biggest beating into the in the last couple days. Atom is crying. It's the lowest of the lowest. I think it's been a while we've been that low. Yeah. So yeah, Atom has got really bid up. Then we have the Ethereum with 47%, Solana with 30, and like you see, even Bitcoin, it did only 14% in like a couple days. So it's not that bad actually, how it looks like. Then of course you have your stables who are gaining all of the money. And over here, you can see as well, like it's weird that people panicking because it's just 14%. I mean, I understand this, that people are panicking, but still, there is not much to panic if we're not gonna, let's come back, when we're not gonna lose the 90K. There is no panic. We are still in the range and we're continuing being in the range. So yeah, so far, so good. Now, let's come back to our chart where we've been yesterday. And like I marked yesterday as well, the red dot, what I said, we're probably not gonna hold this level. Why? Because it's been already once tested. We had it only the 4-hour higher low of it, so low of the swing, so it wasn't that strong. And I said, when we're gonna break off that structure of that level, we will continue to the downside. So let me switch on back to the levels again, so I don't need to put them all again in the chart. Right now, I can remove this because, like you see, we are going down. And those are the levels what we're gonna focus right now. Actually, I'm expecting little bounce from here, just because this is as well a level from the previous December over, like from far away, but still it's on this area. So I assume we're gonna have some bounce on it, and I mean by that something like that, just to test the previous bearish structure, and then continue. If you wanna see any change in your structure or in your way of 4-hour behaving, then eventually what you're looking for is to gain this 99. That means if you want to be bullish and take a trade on the bullish side, you need to do something like that. And then only you are talking about the upside. Till now, that's not gonna happening if you look at the 4-hour candle, right? So we continue. This is our level what we are focusing, and eventually a little bit higher is the yearly open. I guess it was around 93. I can check that. A little bit higher. So this is your yearly. I'm gonna keep the AI charting tool for now because that's gonna help us to take a trade or a planning. Actually, we're not gonna take right now. We're gonna plan the chart. Let me copy this. Is it possible to do that? Yes, it is. So there are three ways how I take my trades, actually. The first one is the simple one, and that's the DCA, laddering into the trade. Most of the times I do that with the spots, not really with the leverage trading, but you can use it on the leverage if you do it 1x. Don't go, please, don't you dare even go crazy on the leverage, because that's not necessary. You're gonna just wipe yourself out, especially when this kind of candles forming or even bigger, so the volume and the pressure is quite big on the downside or on the top side, so they might just wick you out and then continue, because the wicks matter just because it's the price action where we go. Then the close is actually the most important one, because we want to know where we close higher or underneath the previous swing. So then let's say we're gonna DCA. DCAing is really simple. You take just like a smallest percentage. I like to do it like a little bit more than the minimum order size. And then you go 1x and you just from here these put your limit orders. right? And this is your area what you are looking for. And then you wait for the price to grab them and see when it's going to be the bounce, reaction on it, and then the leftovers what you have over here, what I used to do, I take that and wait for the reaction. So when you're going to have higher low on your structure, then I add the leftovers into it and then let it run. Of course, you can little bit increase your leverage on the second touch or on the higher low, and like that you just continue. That's DCAing basically. It's nothing special. You just take an amount, for example, I don't know, $100, let's say, and you split them in 10, and then you add all of the 10 orders in underneath each other. Don't go crazy. Make sure that your stop loss is underneath the previous low. So that's why you manage your risk and management well, right? Don't go crazy on that. It's not necessary, literally, because actually you don't need leverage in the trading. Even on Bitcoin or alts, alts already are like 3 or 4x by themselves already. There is no need for any kind of leverage. Even if you go 1x on the alts, it's fine. It doesn't matter how good you are or how bad you are with the trading. That really doesn't matter, and it's stupid. Leverage is really, really stupid. I don't know why they invent leverage. If you know that, guys, then if not, then Google it. Or I mean, I'm not sure if you're gonna find it on Google, but leverage is just to make you go into market crazy amounts, and that's why the exchanges know what you're doing, how you're doing, and where can they wipe you out. Exactly. So easy money for the exchange, not for you. That's why we have leverage. So it's not necessary at all. Anyway, so DCA. No bounce here. December maybe, but like I said, I'm expecting something like that. If you want to scalp this, you might be lucky, but I will not touch it even. Of the momentum of the candle right now, doesn't look like. And if you're expecting to bounce from here and go higher, then that's not gonna happen here because we still have the liquidity to the downside to the yearly open, at least to the yearly open. So it's still continuation. There is no structure break, there is no change of character, there is no break of anything, so we still continue to the downside. Do I think of the super below is good? Do I think? So it's not that I think that it's good. It is. Why? Because you need to follow the rules, guys. Don't forget, don't go against any kind of rules into the market. What does that mean? This is your one rule, is your lower low, what you follow. This is your high of it, and this can be your higher low. That's why it's good. If you're gonna go inside that pocket, you came back and you're gonna create some structure and go up, then there you have it. It's not that I'm thinking that stupid below is good. They are and they working like they should work because they following all of the rules in the market what they should do. So if you're thinking right now to go against it and go inside along here, yeah, you could 1x and wait for the retracement. We're gonna go back on, and then we're gonna go on your level. That's fine, but still, this is not a good place to go long. If you want to scalp it, be my guest. And yeah, this is the area what we're gonna focusing right now because there is way too many levels on the exact same area. That said, it's your yearly, your liquidity, it's forming over here. You have your super fib and 4 hour highs and lows. Okay, I'm happy that you are joking. I mean, be my guest, go ahead, but it's not my money, but 100xing. So yeah, there is a lot of confirmation. Like we talked yesterday, That's what you are looking into the market. You want to have confirmation, confluence, and to make sure that all of the levels are fitting inside your judgment, your feeling, the market, and as well the structure of the market. So the rules you're following, actually, right? So we're going from level to level. Right now, we lost your previous swing, low actually. It's still higher low because the previous low, but it's still low. We fail that. Where we go? December. What we're gonna do? We're gonna bounce from it because there's always a reaction of it because it's a December open. There's always a orders over here, so we're gonna have reaction, retest, come again back. I'm not sure that this gonna bring us to the highs. This, yes. Why? Because there is liquidity. What we go for. There you go. Right? Correct? So, DCAing. You can DCA into it, of course. Let me have a sip of my Irish coffee. Then, the second one. The second one is actually following of the structure. So what you're doing is the best thing what you can have, because I'm not sure you're gonna watch the charts whole day long, 27 4 hours of 24 hours 7. So there you go. You have your tool, you put some of the alerts in it. I hope you know how to put alerts, guys, on it. So you're gonna go here. You set up your alerts. You said like, remind me to check the chart for the long, right? So when the price come in, you're gonna have some bounce on it because it's a yearly. You're gonna have some bounce. So you're gonna have your alerts. Then you come in, you check the charts, and then what you're gonna do is wait to form any kind of a structure. So that means carry on. You go down, and then eventually you're gonna have a buyback, right? Change of character, of a break of structure, and then you're gonna create a change of character. So this is your low, this is your high, this is your high and low, and you continue. So this will be your entry. And this is what I most of the times how I take my trades is on the higher low, higher low of lower high. So it depends which way you go. But then eventually change of the structure. That's how I take my trades. And then you have like your stop loss over here. So it's gonna be like around ish. It's most of the times when I take the trades, most of the time around 1.5% stop loss for me. So yeah, that's my reasoning for doing that. And even sometimes they want to trick you. And by that means you're gonna have wicks like that. So you come in, big ass wick, you come back, buy back, and then you close the candle over here, and then you have continuation, right? So that's kind of painful because the price never comes back to test the lows anymore. But what you're doing then, and I need to do this because I need to find it later on. From 4 hour, you go to the lower time frame. 1 hour is still a little bit too big of the price action. That's painful on trading view to scroll all of the time. There you go. This is a little bit better. 5 minutes. It depends what you like. If you like 1 minute, then you can go for 1 minute. Then you're gonna have a bit more structure over here. Well, eventually you can look for something like that. So like you see over here, we didn't retrace that much back. So this is your higher low eventually and not the lower part of the structure. We didn't test it just because we had a lot of buyback on it. And that comes because of we had a lot of liquidity over here. So it went bought back really quickly. So then what you do is wait for your structure eventually. This is your high, right? And you wait for it. And when you're gonna see that your price start to do something like that and not going more to the downside, that means that it's already like accumulating to go higher. So then what you can do is on one of those, just watch out on them because they can wick you out as well. Uh, put your stop loss on low leverage on over here, and then take the trade somewhere like in this kind of range, because still this is the range, right? Play the range. Yeah, yeah, you can go to, yeah, I know. I forgot always about that one. Um, so yeah, you can do that. So there's gonna be like really small risk what you're gonna take, and when you're gonna get wigged out, you can re-enter again. So that's why I'm doing as well most of the times when this kind of formation is forming, because then eventually when you miss it, I mean, not really missing, but when you don't pay attention to it, it just go way far further than when you want it. So this is as well one way of doing it. Let me. So let's say, for example, there you go, 0.3% stop loss. That's the proper risk management. And then you go off of it. How lower you go on the time frame, for example, over here as well. Let's say you're gonna take this trade, right? So you wait the price gonna come lower. So it went lower to the price here, yes, 0.25%. That's nothing almost, right? So then you can try to scalp this, and from your scalp you might have like breakout, and sky's the limit. But you don't know that. So that's why how smaller your stop loss is, how better it is for you if the price starts to go against you. I'm not saying to take this trade because we didn't break anything, we didn't change anything. For now, we are still in the continuation to the downside, right? And then the last one is the old school FIPS combination of actually those two as well. What you can do sometimes on the alts, you have really big price action on it and movements, then even when you're gonna have super flip like this or on the lower time frame, there are still like 4, 5, or even 6% on stop loss from the previous low. So it's still a lot to take, even if it's on a lower time frame. Then what you're gonna create is you're gonna combine ladder in and the break of structure. So by that, what I mean is imagine that this is alt, right? Doesn't matter which kind of time frame, but it's alt, right? So you're gonna take your stop loss, or you think like, all right, this is my fib, so I want to go over here somewhere, and then your stop loss is gonna be on your previous low, right? But then when you do that, that's already almost 6% of stop loss, right? That's big ass. So what I always prefer to do with alts, first thing first, you ladder in, so it's going on 1x, and you just ladder some bits in it, right? You just let it run and sit there. Let's see how much is going to be taken. Then, like I said in the first option as well, price going in, take your orders, maybe go lower even, and it doesn't matter because it's alt, you never know how far it goes. Comes back, and then it starts to form any kind of structure in it, right? So then you're going to look literally for, again, for the lower time frame, for something like that, even maybe 2% or 5% or of 2% or 1%. I hope it's going to be like lower even on your stop loss. And then you start ladder as well in. So you buy a little bit as well on here, and then again, and when you see like a little bit bigger structure forming, so it's go like again, your trade is going well, right? So it go for something like that, and it bounced from the previous bearish retest. It does, so it's coming back for the bigger structure, something like that. So you can take the profit over here. Like for example, most of the times I'm doing like 25% on the first take profit. I'm waiting for retracement, and then I'm waiting to form the higher on the higher time frame higher low, right? And then again, I'm entering over here. I take the profit from here, I'm putting over here and increase my leverage. not massively. Don't go ballistic on your leverage, but just like 1 or 2 or 3 leverage, doesn't matter, right? And like that, you create your big ass trade in alts without any kind of big risk. It's all about planning and knowing your coin as well. That's the most important. Why? Because if you go blindly on, let's say this is alt, and you don't know it, it's the first time you're trading it. So how do you gonna know that, for example, this coin will perform well and it will go into your take order and it will not go lower to wick it and then come back? You don't know that because alts like to do that. And doesn't mean that the wick went here lower than the previous low till the body close above the previous body. It's still same structure and it's still continuation to the upside. They just grab the liquidation. And why they do it? Because alts need more liquidity than stablecoins or some bigger caps. So they always gonna go for the all the liquidity what they can grab, and that's why they come back, and that's why they wick everybody almost out in the trade. So be careful with that, especially with alts. Literally, that's why I said like in alts you don't need leverage. Please, that's never necessary. No, never. You don't need it. Max 1, 2, and that's all what you need. And believe me, when you're gonna do that, X2 or something like that, or even 1, after a couple trades, you're gonna have your gains. Believe me. It's maybe a little bit slower, but more efficient and less risk. Almost nothing qua risk. You have it when you manage well and don't go like mid range somewhere into the trade. Always wait for the lowest or the highest point. That doesn't mean you're gonna find and get always the tops and the bottoms, but make sure that, for example, make sure when you're gonna be here that you're not entering long. Just wait for the retracement always, right? Because when you're gonna be here, you will see on your indicators and on your oscillators that you are middling, and you are because always when you're going to be in the price action, look where you've been before. So if this is your low, this is your high, and you are here, why are you going to take the long when you are middling? Wait for the retracement. And even then, when you're going to wait for it and it go higher, it doesn't matter. It still will come back. Always does. Everything what goes up goes down, and vice versa. So yeah, I think that's all about the entries, planning, and yeah, finding good opportunities to take a trade. But then even oh yeah, to add up to that even um, still when you're gonna be coming close to your entry, make sure that it's not gonna be lower. So that means don't go blindly and set up orders. Just wait for the candle to close. For example, you need to see the momentum in the candle as well. Like if this continues and it's gonna close over here, and that's quite a big ass candle. What means you're gonna have quite a bounce from it because this is a fair value gap that's creating right now. So you eventually will need to close it. Similar like over here it happened, right? We came back quite strongly. We look at the buyback over here. So that buyback can happen here as well. Same. You can take the liquidity over here, come back, close above, continue. Always take in consideration your liquidity. This is the best indicator ever to see how far and how deep we can go. So, for example, someone was joking around right now to go long over here, right? So you put your long in it, You're gonna take your stop loss, I don't know, somewhere here or something. So what do you think is gonna happen? Are we going to bounce from here and continue and take all of your profits, or are we going to the downside to grab the rest of the liquidity? If this is like this cluttered on top of each other, 99% we will grab that. Either if it's wicked, go into the structure or go lower even and do something like that. So what's the point to take this long over here, right? Why not to try to be patient and wait for the to take out the whole market, what we're waiting for, and then continue. So yeah, there is your answer. I like to have the liquidity as my confluence. Like, should I do it right now or should I wait? That's the question which you be asking yourself all the time. And why you should wait? Because what's the most important liquidity what we have? 150x, right? Where they are. It's over here, it's over here, it's over here. And how exactly is it with your structure? It is. Because when you're gonna grab that, come over here, wick it, do it, come back, and look at that. This is your lowest body, and where you are. This is the perfect structure forming of lower low, higher low, and then continue, right? Always respect the market. That's what I learned from all the years. Always respect it. Don't go against it. Don't be the smart guy and think that you're gonna outsmart the market. You're not. You're not gonna do that. Believe me. Everybody went there. Everybody been there. Everybody did it. And there's no point of continue doing it because you're gonna wreck yourself only. Why wasting the money right here when you can do it over here and have better gains, better trade, and better P&L, right? So yeah, that's what actually waiting for. So I don't think this gonna happen soon. So we can stop this out. This can go. So yeah, right now what I'm waiting is for some reaction over here, eventually continue, or even then wick this into the our stupid fib and yearly open, come back and continue. So far, actually so good. We did everything exactly to the point. And here as well, it's to the T actually. The short over here. Anyway, so that's how to take profit. I have one more thing to show as well because someone was asking me yesterday over here, the price action. Someone was backtesting the things what I was saying yesterday on the stream, and they sent me this. So where would you take your uh, order or your trade? First thing first, the markings are quite accurate. This is not really the 4 hour, but more or less the 1 hour ish what you mark, but it's still good. 1 hour is still can be still good and helpful to mark it out. Don't get me wrong. Um, what I will do, unfortunately, you didn't take bigger screenshot, but this was your perfect area to go short on it. If you oh, wait, there's some issue with the screen. You can. Are there more people who cannot see? If try to leave and come again into the session or reload your Discord if you have any issue with screen. Are there more people who have issue with stream? I don't think so. Fine, fine. Hey, Smurn. Hello. No issue. Smyrna, I don't hear you. You are muted. Try to disconnect your Discord and relog again. Oh, I have some time to drink.
I had a Windows update and it changed my
Now I can hear you.
yeah, no, I was just saying, no, the stream's working all good here. Really.
Cool, cool. Yeah, some people have issue with it, but then yeah, that's it's really weird with this stage. Every
Yeah,
single
maybe
time when we
hang with.
start the event, we don't hear or we don't see anything, and
Hang was the same for Sam the other night.
firewood. Yeah, it's safe to be here. Don't worry, you're not gonna burn. Oh, girl. Cool. Fine. Good to have you here, mate.
Hey, good to be
Thanks.
here. If I can continue on.
Thanks, thanks, thanks. You're gonna have a long day when you're gonna stay here. You're
I
streaming
know I'm
after me,
on.
right?
I am on at the end of your show.
Yeah,
Oh,
exactly. You're gonna continue.
oh no, yeah, that's fine by me. I'm just gonna sit back and chill, have a wee smoke, and
Cool,
listen to the thought process.
cool. I want your feedback after that. I'm
Oh, by
interesting.
all means, man. Yeah, of course.
All right, so let's continue. So, um, like I said, what I will do, unfortunately, you didn't take biggest screenshot. The person who is here, I guess. This area will be interesting to take it, just because when you see the difference in the low and the high, so above the high, you could have your stop loss and take this trade. Then you have massively big ass trade, so you could take profits on it, definitely. And like you marked it, these are the good areas that you mark them. And you ask if I would take one of those. Yes, because when you're gonna be here in a trade, right? You went all of the way, you took the profits, so you are already in a break even or a stop loss in the profit. So it doesn't any matter. Then what you're waiting for, you see those big buybacks over here, right? The thing is, you have a buyback, you mark those area, you always know because those area are your resistance as well. You're gonna bounce from them. So what you can do, be careful with because it's a quite a big gap, but I will take the risk eventually and re-enter again here and then continue running it, see how far it went, take the profit. And you see already here, you have already your confluence, like, all right, we're not going deeper or lower than your previous low, right? So then you take your profit, you still keep the trade, you always keep the trade because there is always a chance that you go lower or higher. So then you can make more profit of it. Even if it's 5% or 10%, doesn't matter, you always keep the trade. I mean, that's, believe me, it will help you later on. You will see how much difference it makes. There's no necessary to close the whole trade. Then you come back and you see you bounce again from it, right? Uh, Yeah, you can hedge it. You can play around with it, but when you're not sure about hedging the trade, or if it's a good area for doing it, then I will not play around. We will come back to hedging. I will explain a little bit more how to do it on more profitable and more safe way. But right now, we're just talking to take the trades one by one. Because that was a question of the person. So right now, yeah, you have your trade over here. You take the profits. You re-enter again, or what you can do as well, re-enter into the trade or add to the margin of the trade. So you're not gonna move your average entry to the lower price action. Then you stay on the same level, but then you re-adding to your margin. So you can continue writing it down and take a little bit more profit of it, right? You're coming back, and this is as well very nice area to see because you have already one, two, three confirmation of the wicks that you reject in this area. That's already a sign that there is probability to go even lower and not to gain this level and continue to the upside because you already rejecting it on 4 hour, right? Make sure this is 4 hours, so this is a really important area. So already on the second one, you have your confirmation that this area is really strong resistance, and you're not gonna break from it. So you have your first entry, you have your second entry, and you could have your third entry even on this formation, and then you have the continuation. Now, the second question is, if I will enter over here, no, I will not. You could, when you're gonna scalp it or go on the really low time frame, then yes, you could. I don't like this kind of price action, never, and I will never enter on this. Why? Because for me, like I always said, I try to be or take the top or the lows. So this is my top, this is my low, this is your mid, and there is no point to go in the middle of the trade. There is no point because when you enter over here, you average entry going really low and it can wick you out and then continue. So just to be safe, I would take this area, like I said, this area and re-enter again here and then let it run. Take your profits, of course, and that's all. I will not consider this to have a extra entry or to add up to the trade because that's going to be too much and you will never know if it's not going to wick you. Because right now, imagine that you coming over here, you go down and you come back and you think like, all right, so this is your lower high from the previous swing. You enter over here and you come back, and what's going to happen? It wicks you out and you continue. So just to be safe, this one, and this one. Those will be my entries if I will need to take these trades. It's been a while that we've been on this price action, but it was fun actually. Yeah, that's the entries what I will do, what I will take. And especially when even like you have it over here, those will be my risk and management as well, with the stop loss above the high, and then re-enter over here. Exactly, this was like so perfect. Jeez, it was really awesome. So yeah, that's what I will do in this area. I hope I answer your question. For me, this is noise and not necessary to take into consideration. If you are scalping or lower time frame, yeah, might be, but then it's more risk. This you are much safer over here, right? You took this one, you can continue it, come back to the middle point of the whole trade. So this your middle, and you just continue underneath. Perfect. If you keep your price, your average entry over here or a little bit above, then you see how safe you are. So yeah, that's the that's about this, I guess. I don't have nothing to add up to this. Then we're coming back to our structure. Yeah, we have some buyback on it already. Let me have a sip. It's all clear actually, guys, because I'm yapping around and I don't really pay attention to the chat. 3 rules. What do you mean by 3 rules? Do we have any question about re-entries, entries, orders, placing, planning, executing, and in that kind of area for now? So I was late. When Lambo? Zeus, I'm gonna show you when Lambo. You come here, you buy, you sell. There is your Lambo. Right? Agree? Cool. uh, to be honest, 120. That's why I'm thinking. There. You can buy Lambo. What do you mean? Can you repeat the levels? Which levels? The 4-hour higher and low of the swing for the entry. I can repeat that. Just waiting for one more to answer. Okay. For some people who didn't catch the beginning of the stream, I'm gonna repeat the entries. I'm going to go a little bit quicker on that one. You can rewatch it as well, the recording afterwards, so that's gonna be as well cool. First, ladder in. That means it's DCAing. Put your stop loss where other places where entries. For the short, pay yourself. Exactly. Always pay yourself. Always. Doesn't matter. I will show you something else after that. Good that you say pay yourself. Good reminder. DCA. DCAing is when you go from the high to the lows, to this low, to hopefully create here a higher low, right? You want a higher low to have it over here to go for the continuation of the movement to the upside. Then ladder in. For example, take $100 divided by 10, and all of those 10 orders you ladder in. This is the level. Don't go lower than the previous low, because that's not necessary. That's not gonna be the point of it, because then you break off the structure and you continue to the downside, and you're gonna be in a negative. Just ladder in. Orders what you want to get hit. Then when the price is coming to the orders, it's gonna be taken out, and most of the times there's gonna be some of them left behind because the price is not gonna reach that low, or maybe yes it is. It doesn't matter. If it's turn around and it come over here close above the yearly, and we're gonna continue, and you have some leftovers of the price action, and we're not that high from the last stake in the order, so you're saying gonna be averaging your price, you still can add to this price action over here you leftovers bits and then continue riding it up, right? You're gonna see something like that. So that's DCAing, the most safest taking orders what you can do. Most of the times you do that with spots, but you can do it on leverage as well, but then you're doing on 1x only. Do not go higher than that because you're gonna wick yourself to the liquidity or to the liquidation. Don't you dare do that. Confirmation and structure. That means um, let's take the stupid flip. So this is your confirmation, this area, right? Especially with the liquidity as well. This is what you want to grab. You're planning ahead. So I want that the price action will come over here. This is going to be my confirmation, and we need to see gains of it. That means we go to the downside. Yeah, I will come to that trade exits. Yeah, currently in the short. Good. You come to the downside, you holding previous low and the previous low of the body. You holding that, you can wick it, of course, and then come back close above. Then you go for the change of structure. Believe me, you will not be surprised. It can happen. Maybe not on 1x, but on 2x's. You go up with the price actions. That means you change your structure already. Then you come back. You you have your higher low from the your previous low, and then you continue. So what you're gonna do is wait for the confirmation. This is your confirmation. This is your change. This is your confirmation. You enter here. You put your stop loss on the low on the previous low, right? So then it's gonna be instead doing, for example, this 4.8. You just did a little bit over 1%, right? So this is one, and the second, the last one, it's exact the same. But then what you do, you can do exact the same with the ladder in. So you combine both two of those. You just DCAing as much as possible what you want. You, wait for your confirmation, and then you re-enter the rest or more of your spendings or funds what you want into this stop loss, put your leverage up, and then go. Don't go crazy on leverage, please. Please. I don't want to see more than 5x. That's already scary for some people. Okay? So that's the recap of the re-entries. Then, of course, like someone was asking for exiting. If we talk about that, you're gonna have the recording. I'm not gonna recap it for the fourth time already. Exiting. For example, when you're gonna be in the short, right? Like I am as well, 4 hours. Confirmation you want always on 4 hours. The 4 hour close matters as most. Then you have the daily and then the weekly. But the 4 hours is most and the most important ones. That's your confirmation on the time frame, the close. What I was saying? Exiting. Okay. So just for oh, that's a big trade. What the fuck happens here? What the shit? Okay. So, for example, let's say we are in the short from here, right? You have your stop loss in profit. You took some profits on the way. I hope this is gonna be your profit because it's a weekly. Take profit daily, and then on the previous swing, I always take profits as well. So you have already two profit, and then you continue. Yeah, it's weird. I have no clue why that happened, but I wish I had that short, but 380%. Anyway, so then you eventually know already that this gonna be area that we look for to bounce from it to create higher low, right? So you just wait to go lower. Then you can take you little bit profit over here, and then the rest of it on the yearly. And I mean the rest, leave like 10% or something like that, what you can miss because you took already five TPs on it. So I always leave like 5 or maybe 15% of the trade and let it run because you never know. We can have like black swan event and we can nuke it to the downside. So you're gonna be always in profit and you can take the crumbles as well on the way, right? So I prefer to leave a little bit of the position open, even. And then when we, for example, we're gonna be in the long and we are somewhere over here, I close the position on the short because it's still in profit, right? So close it because you are already in the opposite direction and you continue. That's how I do it. And right now, when, for example, let's say we're gonna take this trade, right? We're aiming, what are we aiming for? We're aiming for two areas. This can go, we don't need this. We're aiming for two areas. Why? Because there's always two areas to the top side. That means because we didn't break the structure of the low, right? We're keeping the higher low. There is still chance to do this. Let me close some things. That's not gonna be overwhelming and it's not gonna be messy. Ta-da! Nice and clean. So let's say we are here in the long, right? And now, where we're gonna take your profits? I always look for the levels as well. For example, the daily or the weekly, it's gonna be somewhere here as well. Take some of it on the way up, or you can measure as well. I want always like 1, 2%, always 2%. First 2%, I want to take some profit and minimize my stop loss by half of it, for example, or something like that, right? To just to be safe, just to risk a little bit less. Then, of course, profits of TPs. like I said, weekly of open when it's gonna be, when you're gonna come to it, because there is always a rejection or always a bounce from it. So yeah, I would take a little bit, but then by little bit I mean 10%. Start with 10%, take profits, and then I will aim for the high. So for example, if this is gonna be your previous break of structure high, I would take a little bit over here, like 15%, and I want to see any kind of reaction on here. If not, if there is not going to be any reaction big, like something like that, then there is no point to take more profit, because you have chance to go to continue to make a higher high, an all-time high, and grab the liquidity to the top side. So then, let's say we're gonna wait for something like this, 20%. That's gonna be awesome. So what I would suggest, you have your 2% over here, you have your weekly or daily or whatever, another 10%, then it's another 10%, and I would take one somewhere over here when we're gonna have a bounce from it, and the rest I will carry on and wait what we're gonna do with the higher high. Are we gonna break it or not? And then just watch it carefully, and like little by little, a little bit, you can take like by, for example, 5, of whatever. Just ladder out a little bit from it, and try to keep as well like 10 or 20% in your trade, just because we can go higher. You never know, right? Any questions on the swing level? So the is not very good on the trade. What do you mean on the swing level? You mean right now, for example, we go to the downside and you're gonna have a wick and you come back. Is that what you mean? Just waiting for the answer. No, say the low of the left. If that has a heat wick. Yeah. Yeah, then you go to, oh, this you mean, like if something like this happened. So yeah, like I said already before, this kind of price action is, yeah, it's pain in the ass, because you know it's a big buyback, and most of the times we're not going to the lows to test them, right? So what you do, be careful with it, because it takes time and as well a little bit effort to train it to be better in it. Go to the lower time frame. Fuck, now I need to find this shit. Yeah, go to the lower time frame, and like I said before as well, like okay, we are the big buyback, yeah. So this is your low, and then you break out of the structure, you create your high. This is your high, right? And then you expect actually to go some over here to take a lower high and continue, but that's not the case, like you see, and we didn't go lower. And you can see straight ahead already, because when you come here and you start to do something like that, a formation, that means that you're not gonna go lower anymore, because that's already, oh, I fucked up. That's already a formation of the structure to the go downside, right? So then what you do is, this is your stop loss under this wick, and then enter over here. And even then, oh, this is to the 0.4%, right? That's already better than the big ass wick over here. Because now, even when you expect to say like, okay, there is a chance that I'm gonna be wicked out from it, right? You still can re-enter, because what did you lose? 0.4%, right? So that's not much. That's already less than you're supposed to lose, like 2% on your entry. So then when you're gonna have something like that, you still can re-enter and do it exact the same, and then you will be sure that it go your way, because you still didn't break the structure to the low. You just wake out. You just took the liquidity. That's what I will do. And actually, I think I took that trade. I'm not sure. Does that make sense? Yeah, if I have it on my list. I will do that. Don't worry. Look at you, coming late and still asking questions, demanding. Okay, okay, I will remember that. hmm It's okay. It's okay, Eve. So yeah, any questions about the entries, about laddering or break of structure or taking the lower highs in consideration of your trade? Ooh, you had a nap. You didn't wake up on time for my stream. Oh, oh, oh. Then in the meanwhile, let's do this. Like you already see, I planned some things out for you, especially. It's a quite okay, Eve. For now, weekly. Girl, you really need to close above the 21.8. See, even then, you need to close above the 21.82 for some continuation on the weekly. Otherwise, retest of the yearly. Daily, yeah, looks exact the same. And even then, this is your perfect entry already. Like you see, you had your high, came down, come back, and what did we do on 4 hour? There you go, to the T. So we still technically in the upside movement. Eventually, this is your high, but still is a lower than the previous high from the all-time high. But then what you want to see is, and what actually will happen, I guess, something like that you want to see for the continuation. If not, you break the low, higher low on that on 20, then you go for Q4. And even then, I'm gonna go to Q4, right? When you're gonna have something like that, you still in the up movement. So there is two areas what you want to look out for. It's a yearly and the Q4. If you break yearly, then you go to Q4. I don't think this is gonna hold, and it doesn't gonna hold because this doesn't count actually anymore because it's been hit. So you have the only thing what you have is a low from this lower low area. So now this is your area what you want to see if it's gonna holding or not. Q1. If not, Q4. Does it make sense, Eve? Does it agree with your idea? And it was really perfect retest of the highs, and we failed that. So exactly here as well. This one is actually really perfect playing out. So you have your high, right? Structure to the downside, you break out from it, and what you do, you retest it. You retest previous high. You didn't gain it perfectly on the dot. And even here, and this is like scary, really scary, even perfect. What you're having is there you go. And look at this. Imagine you take this 0.3%. Gee, boy, why is happening? 40%. 6.2. There it is. That's as well another way of taking your trade. Make sense? Happy Eve? And like now, you are in a small range. Yeah, it's a range of a range, but doesn't matter. It's a small range, and you are going right now of middle of the range. So let's see if your Q1 is gonna hold. So yes, you go for you continue. If not, then break the lows, go to Q4. Cool, always. Michael, be careful. You missed yesterday's stream, so it wasn't that important for you, I guess. Huh, my boy? You're welcome, Eve. So yeah, any questions? Let's say any questions about the structure, about the levels, about the highs, lows. So why are the swings important, guys? Still, you should plan better, Michael. You should plan it better. Why are they important? They not show you only the direction. They show you as well the price action where market makers are looking for and testing the previous structure. That means that's actually the way how they work. So we make a high, we come back, we broke the structure. But now is the question like, are we going higher? Is there any fuel in this structure or in this down movement to break previous high? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times they try it and they didn't do it even. So that's how it looks like, how strong are the levels, how good they are, and how perfectly they line up always. And those are one of the first rules what you shouldn't go against. It's like a magnet. You have liquidity as a money magnet, and you have levels as money magnet. Yeah, whales need to fill the rest of the bits as well. Yeah, that's a reason as well. So they come back, so they fill up the bags and they continue. Yeah, as well. So when looking for TPs, you use the no. So okay, sorry, I might mislead you a little bit. Um, the thing is, I will never use time or calendar for taking TPs. Don't get me wrong. There's no point of thinking like, all right, in 2 hours I'm gonna take TP, or in 2 days I'm gonna take TP. Don't you even, please don't think like that, because that doesn't make any sense and that will never work. Time frame, also in the levels, the most important levels. Yeah, they are based on time because it happened on the 1st of December, right? But still, these are the most important levels. And I don't say that all of the levels are important because you're gonna have them monthly, weekly, daily, and whatever. But the weekly, for example, yes, it is important because let's see. Okay, like for example, over here, right? This weekly level. We came into it, right? We went up 1, 2, and the third time we broke from it. So it is a strong level, right? It is important level because it's the beginning of the week. So the whole structure what you create on top of it, it's been strong till you broke it. I hope you brought a souvenir with you, Michael. Otherwise, I don't know how you're gonna make up for it. So yes, I consider daily not that much because it's 7 times in a week, right? So that's not that big deal. You can still do it on a lower time frame, but weekly I consider as a way of taking profit. So that's one. And for me are the biggest levels, like for example, yearly, Q1, and monthly. Yeah, you can argue it with it. that you can do that. But then the most important levels are the 4-hour low and high of the swings. Those are the most important levels where I take the TPs on it. So when you come back into the trade and you go into the upside and you have your previous levels set and they are still valid, then yes, I will take them. Yeah. 4 hours, so always. The 4-hour time frame is the most important time frame what you have. So everything what's happened on 4 hour, it always matters. And I always bring it in calculation and into the trades. So I always take the trades on it. I always take the TPs on it. Yeah, it's the most valid. And there is no better way to show it than the 4-hour swings levels, like over here. This is, I think, the best way of showing you how strongly is the 4-hour, right? It is the king. Yeah, it is everything what you do. It's always 4 hours. And I remember that was back in the days we had a talk in the Trendmaster, I guess in a year or two ago. I don't remember. There was some talking about that even the market makers use 4-hour time frame to see what's going on in the market, in the structure, what do they do, and what they need to do. So if it's important for them, then it's important for us. There is no anything else. The rest of the structure, the rest of the time frames are good to find a confluence, confirmation, try to find more uh, answers if you want to take a trade or not, or anything in particular, like if it's going into your direction or not. So yeah, you can look at the different time frames, but still you're always coming back to the 4-hour. XRP. You want to see how good my short is going? Oh boy, I think that says already enough, right? I think I need to take some profits on it. Yeah, it does. You're right, Firewood. It does get weaker, but then this says already enough how strong it is, right? We had two fake outs, and even then we couldn't break it. So that's the thing. Like, don't go or make yourself confused. Like, all right, it touched already 3 times, and now we're gonna break. That doesn't need to happen. It depends how badly they hold the levels. So eventually you can look at the order books as well. Like on this level, for example, I assume on 105 and dot 8, there are like millions of orders over here to the downside, pushing the price. And you can see in the wicks. This and wicks is your indicator of the buyback in both directions. So when you see already, all right, we had the fake out, right? This is a fake out, of course. This is a fake out as well. But then you came in, wick, and second wick, and oh, that's actually interesting. Look at this wick, how much buyback we had on that one. And then we still continue and we close literally underneath the 4-hour with the wick into it, right? And we did it again. So already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wicks. And seventh was the killer. So yeah, this shows you the strength in both ways of holding the levels. That's why I said always will say the levels matters. That's the importance of the levels. I mean, I cannot stretch how much this level it's not big but strong enough to push the price to the downside, and how they do it even. Twice it happens. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4 times, right? So there is a pressure on it. That's why mark the levels, 4-hour high of swing, low of swing, and you will realize. Like some of the people as well yesterday after my stream, they went literally back in the history of Bitcoin and they start marking those levels. And you can imagine how many DMs I got from people, and they were shocked how accurate they are. And this is the basic of trading, guys. This is, I didn't even use any, I mean, yeah, of course, I use the AI charting tool for the daily and whatever levels, but you don't need them. I'm sorry I'm saying that. I love my indicator, but this is the basic of the basics of the basics. This is textbook. There is nothing special about it. Like I said yesterday to you guys, think once or whenever you have time or want to like check yourself, think like that. What if there are no indicators anymore from MDX? What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna be able to trade without them? Check yourself. And this is the way. This is how they do already, I don't know, decades of trading. There is nothing else to do this. It's structure, rules and structure. Then you have your discipline. That's the most important what you want in trading. And okay, guys, I'm gonna ask you something. Look around you right now. Look on the internet. Even in our group, how much panic is there in the market? And what did we do? We are in the range, right? We need to really be careful what with people around us or like on the internet because we are in the range. This is a range. And what are we doing? We are middling. We are in the middle of the range and we still didn't go to the low of the range. And there is massively panic, especially because of the alts. I can understand that. But then, I mean, yeah, realization is everything's following Bitcoin. So let Bitcoin run first and then go into your alts or whatever. Because right now it's a max pain on alts. Look at the list. Everything is almost in red. Surprisingly, Newt, but everything is in red, right? And deep as well. So, and we are ranging. It's nothing special what we're doing. There is not even talking about a nuke or dump or about 70. Imagine that we are going to the 72, what we are expecting. Rune is green, surprisingly. Yeah, I know. I know, Smurf. That's the only one. But yeah, we are ranging. It's a big ass range, but still, we are ranging. That's all what we do. And there is massive panic. Go on X and look what people are saying. They're panicking because they expect, I don't know, everything go 100x from February or whatever. But still, it doesn't matter. This is your direction. Oh boy, are we? 1.1 trio. Look at that. Me like it. So we are ranging. And that's why I said, like always, respect the rules. Respect them. If you don't do that, then yeah, you're gonna panicking a lot. You're gonna be crying a lot because it will go against you. There's nothing else to say. And like, I mean, people, I think people are like looking for like magic key or something or magic indicator who gonna show you like now buy and go 100x or something. You know, like almost, almost. We are almost there, Smyrn. I know. So yeah, and we never gonna have that. We're not gonna have that magic indicator who's gonna show you that or give you that because still, what matters? Price action. What's price action? High, low, structure, and vice versa. That's all. That's all what matters. You don't need more than that. This is all what you should have. The rest, all of this, it just extra confirmation, nothing else. Because if you see already this, right, and you know this is the area what's the most important right now for us, after the December, of course, this is the most important area, and this is what we're gonna focus on, then how close are we gonna be and coming to the area? The only thing what matters is like focusing on the indicator, like, all right, are we there? Do I see any kind of reversing? Do I see any sign of that we will turn around and go to the upside? So yes, then continue with your own strategy. If not, if, for example, we're gonna be here and the indicator is somewhere over here, I mean, that doesn't look good, right? That doesn't look strong enough to go to the upside. Okay, yeah, middling and we could go around, but still, there is more chance to go to the downside on it, right? So this is your basic. You don't need more than that. And believe me, have fun and go back in price action. Bitcoin, doesn't matter which coin. It really doesn't matter. You can see even on the Nasdaq, it works on every single chart. Go and find your 4 hour high and low of the swings, and you will see how accurate they are, even scary accurate. Rules. Yeah, firewood. I will send you a DM with the all of the rules, everything what I plan over here as well. Okay, I will send you. Don't worry. I know you had the surgery. It's okay. I will help you out. Are you planning to have a week? Yes. So the thing is, of course, I had yesterday I had my stream and today, so that's a full weekend. And I'm really considering to move the yesterday stream to, for example, to Wednesday, because Wednesday is not that busy day, and we don't have that many streams over there. I'm really considering to move it to Wednesday and have one midweek and then one on Sunday. So this will stay on Sunday, 100%, and the one from yesterday I will move around. It's gonna be, I think, as well, like around this time, like 6, 7 o'clock my time, and then like a couple hours or something like that maybe. Let's see. So yeah, how do I use the charting tool to mimic your 4 hour? You mean this? To plot those levels. Those are not on the charting tool, AI charting tool. You need to do them by yourself. So what you do, I mean, what I'm doing is take your horizontal line. That's the most important tool ever. This one line. And then on my keyboard, it's control. So that's the magnet. You see the magnet? It's sticking to the candles. It's easier. Then you go above the wicks, so it got the bodies, and that's already and then you leave it like that. What I'm doing, it makes my life easier. You have your line, you put it over here, and you have those 3 boxes over here, right? You click them, and you can add settings or save the ones what you already create, and you just click them, and it's plotted, and you save them. So you go to the settings, you write for our high of the swing, and then template, save as, and there you have it. And that's, like you see, these are the 4 hours. I have as well one mid swing. Sometimes I'm using them as well when there is as well like middle in mid swing action going on. So I like to chart them as well. So for example, over here, this area, and how how often you're gonna do it, how more accurate it's gonna be. Oh, wrong one. This is your mid area. That means it's middling of the swing, right? And look how accurate it was. It's scary accurate actually. Over here and over here, right? So yeah, that's what I'm doing with everything actually. So you save them, we have them, you have over here, and then eventually we can do that. Actually, I don't think we can do that on AI charting tool because that's gonna. I'm not sure actually if it's possible or not. But anyway, so now auto charting tool doesn't have those. And yeah, like that I'm doing with actually with everything. So you have your fibs, and then you go over here, and there are you all the settings what are set. Fibs tool to find an accurate Oh, girl, of course you can. Of course. Look at that. So let's say this is our range, right? Oh, let's make it more visible. This can go, can go, can go, can go. So let's say we want to find the middle of this range, right? With the fibs. So what you're doing, you pull the fibs through the highest point. Actually, this is the highest point. This you high, this you low, right? And then I have a setting for that one as well. Range. Hey, hello. Why it doesn't work? Range. And there you go. This is the fib. Actually, it's not fib. It's just a range measurement tool. So this is your 100%. This is 0. This is 25. This is 50. This is 75. And that's how you see of the whole range, and then a range of the range, of course, and how deep you want to go. It works. If you want the settings of it, then make a screenshot and save them. And that's all what you need. Let me make a screenshot for you guys. There you go. So this is your range fib. Easy as it gets. I did it already for you. Uh, and there is as well like one more what's quite important as well. It's the old school golden pocket, of course, right? Everybody knows that one. But I didn't draw it right. So this should be reverse. There you go. There you go. Pocket. Gonna have reaction? Maybe. We go down. Can you predict a range formation? Yes, you can. I mean, back and then. Yeah, kind of. So, for example, like uh, if you can predict the range, forget about this, right? Imagine that this doesn't exist. Like we just came in from the downside, from the swing over here, and we're forming this area, right? Just imagine this. So then what you're doing, like, all right, you are already in the middle, right? In the formation, what you just came in. So this is your high, this is your low. And that's all what you do. You take your high, you take your low, oh, work, like that. And then you go to range. Oh, and there it is. This is your range of 4 hour, right? Forget that this exists. And then you just continue. See how this gonna play out. Eagle, are you sending me audio messages from 1 second? That's nice of you. Yeah, exactly. But we had strong impulsive movement. So that was a strong impulsive movement. You're coming back. If you're gonna hold this low, yeah. So we're coming back again to the our strategy. This low, you continue, and we're gonna see if we're gonna hold this, and then you carry on with your range, right? Make sense? I was sure where to set the range levels. So range is the most easiest. It's from the low to the high, and then continue. If that happened, if you break out, for example, this gonna happen, right? We go to the downside, then you just wait for another low, continue. This is your high, and then that's your range, right? Oh, no worries. So this is like the most easiest pool of the. It's not fibs, it's just range equation. So yeah. Uh-oh, we have to. Uh-oh, the bear is coming. He's good. Who? Me? Nah, nah, just pretending. So yeah, all clear. Anything else what you want to see or hear, guys? We still have a half hour for the next one in the line, who is waiting patiently. Where did you enter? So what you do, you take your fib equation or your fib measurement, yeah? You go to the settings and you just enter them over here. Use the fib as the yeah, 69 but classy. Yeah, it is. Clever, very clever. Yeah, yeah, you use the fibs for it. Yeah, you can do a lot of things with them. Like you don't need to use them exactly for fibs only, but like for many things. Golden pockets as well. I mean, golden pockets as well, like a fib, but still it's equation what you can use for them. Everything what's about the fibs. So over here, I guess, oh no, over here, this everything what's over here, it's fibs retracement, and everything one by one have its own equation of the Fibonacci's. So it's a mathematical equation what adds up to the average constantly, and it creates another one. So you have like that's why it's like a lot of forms because there's a lot of ways of drawing, pooling, and calculating the fibs. And in trading, the most basic one, fib retracement. So that's the literally the two fibs, the one and famous. This is the oh, why doesn't change it every single time? This is the most calculated fib in trading because we always come to the same place and same area 0807. Thinking about the fibs. Fibbing. Yeah, it's a cheat code. Yeah, it is. But it's as well like in math, right? It is as well cheat code. So yeah, it always adds up to the fibs. It's always the fib. Yeah, it's equation. Yeah, they are fun. They are exactly. I mean, we have the one and only over here, the king of the fibs. So please, I don't know nothing about it. He's the best and the only one. So please, yeah. Anything about fibs? There he is, the master himself. Fibros. Lies. Nope. So yeah, yeah, guys. So I guess it was everything what I wanted to talk today. This can go. It was so there was today's session, entries, executions, planning, three ways of doing it. If anyone have any question about that, then please feel free to ask. Spam my DMs as well. Slide into my DMs. And then we will carry on doing like next week. I mean, for in the week, I guess it's gonna be Wednesday. I think about Wednesday is gonna be better ones as well. So we'll continue with structure as well, with basics. I want to put more pressure on the swing points and high and lows of it because that's really important. Those three ones are one. This is your base. Without it, there is no trading. Those three things. And of course, I have much more things to show, but they are secretly hidden right now over here. So there is still more coming, but for now, let's focus on the basics because I know and I feel and I see around me that there is like missing points of information for some people, and as well like not struggling, I don't want to say struggling, but more like unsecure of trading and misleaded by a lot of things around them. So when you go back to your basics and you check yourself, like, is this right? Is this the level what you want? Is this the trade what you want? Is this what you're looking for? If all of it combined together gives you the good feeling and you are correct about everything, then take the trade, pull the trigger. Thank you very much, man. Thank you. Appreciate you too, Eve. Even if you was late, Eve, I appreciate that you've been here. So yeah, we still have time, guys. So if you have any tickers, anything what I you want me to look at it or charge for you or just give you an idea about anything, then yeah, let me know. No worries, guys. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And as well, I want always give you some homework, so please think about any feedback of anything what you want to talk, look, investigate, or like deep dive into it more in next streams, then please let me know. Feel free, just spam the DMs and let me know because that's the only thing like I can teach you something because as far I can go, this is a lot what I can do and not more because I have no clue what you are missing or what you want or what you are struggling with or want a little bit like insight of help on it. Just let me know. Like that's why we are here. We all here all to do our best in trading and become like better ones every single day and make as much profit as possible, right? If you will have homework, believe me. Oh yeah, financial summit. Yeah, if guys, if you want to go with Stu as well, carry on. Go over there. It's as well good stream and always nice to be there. Put the link in it, Stu, if you want. See ya. Have fun. I will jump in later on if you're gonna be. So yeah, that's why I'm asking for you always. Like, I can show you as much as I know, and I mean, there's not much I know because I this is all about me, and this is all what I'm doing always, and that's why I'm trading from. So yeah, let me know, please. Feel free, and if you want to do it anonymous, be my guest. I don't mind. I will never say something about it. But that's what we are doing here. We are helping you guys. It's all about you. It's not about me. It's not about the rest. It's all about you guys because you are members here. You paying for it, and you should know everything what you get, what you want, and what you wish to know. That's the most important thing. But the thing is, you need to ask questions. Otherwise, we will never know what you want from us or what you expect or where you want to heading to. You need to ask questions. And believe me, none of them are stupid. There are no stupid questions. Oh, didn't reach, unfortunately. No, that's always a welcome fire. Good. Hit me. Hit me. Beautiful. My beautiful. My short is going as well. Well, should take some profits on that one as well. Damn. XRP. I think my limit order went in. Take profit. So yeah, this is my short. I was expecting a bounce, but that's not gonna happen, gladly. And look at that. This is my short. I shorted. This is the third time I shorted already. So it was my first small one. Then I re-enter. I think it was here. I don't remember. I took this one and then yeah. Now this is the third short. So yeah, I don't like this all what it is. And what I'm waiting for it eventually, same as Bitcoin, right? Let's see if you're gonna have any reaction. I'm not gonna long it. I never long XRP and I'm never gonna do it. That's the only coin I'm shorting to death. Only. See, some reaction on December. But still, we continue. And oh, I fucked up my, yeah, I think that was the one, I guess, over here. Dominance, yeah, still in the pocket. Let's see what we're gonna do. Oh no, so no, that wasn't that one. See if I play around with my tabs, my layouts. Any tickets, guys, you wanna see? You wanna look that I chart them for you or just have a look on them? Anything, but don't be shy. This one. Let me cry about this one a little bit more. Poor boy. Ooh, there you go. Yeah, that one's going lower. Objective. Ooh boy. Ooh boy. So there you go. This one get dismissed, dismissed, and we wait for the next one. XRP. What do we have? ADA. Mm, 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 mm. That looks quite awful, mate. On the weekly, daily. So the only thing what still can hold you is this area. If not, then this. This is your bounce area. I'm not sure. I don't think it's even if it's coming to 0.5. I think 7 should hold it better and stronger for now because we are already kind of ish. Let's see on the 4 hour. Yeah, so we had the first reversal. It didn't hold. Yeah, let's see if we go lower than that. But I will suggest to wait for this area first and then see any kind of bounce. It, there is not much that's holding, only this small areas of support. And yeah, you can plot the 4 hours as well on them, but I guess this one is going to be the first one, the low of it, the high it get already hit when you look at it like now. A small TP on the retracement up or down TP. What you can do is when we come over here, see if there is any chance to regain it. If not, when you're gonna fail that, so you're gonna be closing over underneath, right? Take small percentage off of your trade, ladder out of it, let it run, and then when you see any kind of bigger reaction, add to it. That's what I would do. Firewood, what do you mean? Is there any indicator that marks out the variant time frames, open and close? You mean the 4 hour close, 1 hour close, that kind of things? If if you daily, weekly, monthly, yeah, that's my favorite indicator, girl. That's the AI charting tool, right? This do you mean? This is my one of the indicator why I'm only using 100%. This is why I'm go from. There's nothing else better than this. You don't get any easier, any more confirmation of your levels without even plotting you by himself. So that's AI charting tool. That's all here in this one. So yeah, we still have. Don't say that. So now, guys, we had a rough week, and there's gonna be another one, unfortunately. To do small TP now. I mean, you could, because you still go into the downside, right? So yeah, I mean, you could, but I will wait, and if we're gonna close underneath, I mean, this weekly, you still have around ish 3 hours to go. So I will wait, or 4 hours, sorry. I will wait if you're gonna close underneath the yearly or above. If you're gonna be underneath the yearly, you might wait for the retracement because you might test the previous break and then go lower. So there is still chance to go higher because there is no point doing it now when there is still movement on it. Oh wait, if we're gonna break and we're gonna go literally lower like straight, then yeah, this is your point of taking some of it and then wait for the retracement or wait for the bounce from it to add it to it. Just compound it, you know. Um, so now, speaking about weekly, it's gonna be rough. Why? The thing is, we're not gonna be able to close above the 104. That's the first thing. We're not gonna be closing above the 102. The only thing what's left, and I'm already worried, it is that we're gonna close above the 98. I don't think we're gonna do that. So right now, the only thing what we really want to see, and that's even then it's shit. We're gonna close above the December weekly, and then still we're gonna do continuation for sure to confirm and to create a higher low. If not, if we're not gonna create higher low next week, we're gonna have a continuation and we close underneath the yearly, then boy, then and only then you might say we will have a little bit more panic into the room of crypto because we will go to Q2. And that's the only level what's left from us to bounce from it and go higher. But before we go even there, we still have a chance to do something like that and then continue. There are options. We we're not gonna have the three, one perfect and two kind of level close above, but then still the last breath of research for us is the yearly. Speaking about the CME, that's a good one that you. Yeah, we will have a decent CME this time. Last time was a quite small one. Let's see how that's gonna work. Yeah, we will have something to do, and even then we have a fair value gap as well. So a lot of things to close, but that's why I'm saying even the weekly is gonna close badly or really shit. We still can do something like that. Close everything what we should close, test as well again the bearish retest, and then continue. Oh, you mean that we go for this one, the big ass. Yeah, finally we might close it. Yeah, definitely we go to Q2, but let's not say we still have some things to do, right? So imagine like look at the price action right now when we stopped the CME or the market and where we are right now. So this is gonna be the your CME gap, right? But yeah, it doesn't mean that we need to go there. The gaps don't need to be filled. So that's it. Yeah, let's see. Let's see how this is gonna play. This is the only thing what you want to see right now and wait for it. That's why for me are the Sundays quite fun and important because I really always want to see the weekly closes, how they behave and where they are. And like that, I kind of ish can assume what we're gonna go into the next week and what's gonna happen. So there's always two ways, right? Come back, retest, go back, or fully continue. That's all what you're looking for. Yeah, it looks ugly. But it is what it is. Like I said, what we are doing right now, playing the range. We kind of ish. It's a quite a buyback actually. So yeah, even then, right now, you can close still over here. You break the structure because it's your high close. And right now, what you're gonna create eventually, it's gonna be something like that. Backtest and continue. And even then, uh, when you're gonna have something like this, really strong buyback, and we're gonna kill all of the resistance, right? You still will come back to retest and make sure to confirm that this is low, but then you create a higher low, and this is your high, new high, and then you might have continuation. So even then, guys, if we continue to the upside and we grab the liquidity, we still can have the 10% percent of pullback. So what's happened over here, 8%, right? Still still can happen again. So right? Everyone is panicking about mom's messaging me today asking if I sold my crypto. Oh boy, that's not good if your mom asks you about the crypto already to sell. Oh boy, boy, boy. So yeah, let's see. Let's wait and let's see how this week gonna end up in the beginning of the next one. That's the most important one. All right, I forgot to stop my recording, so that's gonna be a little bit longer one this time. Thank you very much for watching it and see you next time. And let me know if you want to need anything what I go through or want to see or trade or whatever. Let me know anything what you need to hear to stop it. See ya. Have fun.